All right, what's up guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, we've got some Riftbound action lined up for you today. That's right. This is a game I recorded of me on the left versus my buddy Mike on the right. Okay, and we are using, I'm going to be piloting green, purple Yasuo. And Mike on the right here will be piloting red, blue. I had to think about that for a second. Red, blue Kai'Sa. Okay, so I'm about to just hit play, guys. We're going to be watching this in 2x speed. I'm going to try to explain what's going on as we go. Now, understand this, guys. If we make any mistakes, please help me out. Please say something in the comment section below. And I'm sure I'll ask plenty of questions along the way because I'm trying to get this game down. Really excited about it. I've been having a lot of fun playing this game. So, again, any mistakes, help me out in the comment section below. Now, let's do this, guys. Let's get right into it. I'm going to shrink my camera down in the bottom left corner of the screen here. I'm going to hit play. The volume is off, and I'm just going to be talking. Okay, so I'm going to be going first. I'm running green, purple Yasuo, and this is a deck that I do want to main eventually. Okay, so right here, I'm actually just going to pass the turn back to Mike. He actually only got 2 runes, but I do tell him by the end of this turn to say, hey, make sure you get your 3rd rune, because the player who goes first in Riftbound gets 2 runes, and the player who goes second gets 3, okay? Now, right here, I do end up saying something like, wait a minute, you're only at 2 runes. He's like, oh, yep, that's right, so he gets the 3rd one. Okay, so I am at 4 runes now. We're on turn 2 for me, playing Yasuo. And the 2 battlefields, we have the one that gives, I don't know all the names yet, guys. By the way, I'm going to play out of Sona for the turn here. They're going to come into play rested. I have to return. I have to recycle a green rune, and then I'm going to pass the turn back. We got, I think it's called Void Gate or Void something, as the top battlefield here. And on the bottom one, we have the bar, the alley bar, where whenever you move from there, you get +1 might for the turn. Okay, so those are the 2 battlefields. Again, the arcane or the void one has something to do where it buffs where it actually buffs the spell power of spells at that battlefield. Okay, so you can't really quite see the victory points, but that's at the very bottom of the screen down here. Notice where I'm clicking. Don't worry, that bar will go out of the way in a minute. That's the victory points. So Mike has 1 on the right, and I have 0. Okay, now here we go. I'm going to untap for the turn. So remember the acronym, guys. It's A, B, C, D. It's like I believe it's awaken or set as active, and then all beginning of turn procedures happen, and then channel your runes, and then you draw. Okay, so I have 5 runes to work with here. I'm actually low on green runes right now, unfortunately. And I'm actually just going to use this turn to build resources in my hand. I'm going to use Meditate here to rest down my Sona and draw 2 cards. And now I still have 3 Dawn left for the turn to play with. I think I end up playing out the 2-cost... there's a 2-cost unit in this game that has when it moves, you discard a card and draw a card. Okay, so I'm going to tap down 2 here, and I am going to go ahead and play out the card that I was talking about. The I can't remember the name of it, but it's I think it's Traveling Merchant. And now that comes into play rested, of course, and then I'm going to pass the turn back. So now Mike, at the beginning of his turn here, he is going to go up a victory point because he has held a battlefield for a turn now, and he is going to go up to 2 victory points. Okay, now let's see what he chooses to do. He has 7 runes available to him. Okay, again, I apologize, guys, if I mess up any terms. Please bear with me. I'm still learning the vocabulary of this game. I'm still learning what everything is, all the correct terms, like I said, of what to call everything. Okay, here we go. Let's see what Mike chooses to do here. He's going to tap 4, and he's going to play out the Kai'Sa, and then he's also going to tap 1 to accelerate Kai'Sa as well. Okay, paying the accelerate cost. He already returned the Fury rune, and now they're going to go right in to this back alley bar, I believe it's called, and they're going to go up to 3 victory points. This is not looking good, guys. How are we going to get back in this? And of course, the unit at the top battlefield, the Void Gate or whatever it's called, they are active now. Okay, so now I'm untapping I'm setting all my cards as active. I now have 7 runes to work with. I have a pretty good distribution of green and purple runes, so we can probably start making moves this turn. So I am going to attack into the bar here where there is a 4 might unit. Okay, the Kai'Sa is a 4 might, Sona is a 4 might, and the Traveling Merchant is a 2 might. Now, I did move in, so now I'm deciding what card I want to discard. I end up discarding another Sona, and now I get to draw a card in the process from the Merchant's effect. Okay, now, here we go. I believe I am going to use the an action here. I can't remember. I think it's called Last Breath or something like that. I think it's the Yasuo signature ability to try to take out the Kai'Sa, my opponent's Kai'Sa. So they are going to try to get rid of my Sona, and I think right here I'm gonna try to save it. I have a lot of different options here. I think I'm going to choose to buff it with something here. Okay, looks like we're talking. So guys, we had a lot of questions when we were playing. We're like, wait a minute, when it comes to the actions here, doing this, doing that, we had a lot of questions while we were doing this live. Okay, so y'all bear with me as I figure this out. I'm going to pay 2, and I think I'm going to have to meditate maybe, or pay 3 actually. We're going to pay 3 and use Last Breath. Okay, we're going to use Last Breath. That's going to set my Sona as active, and now I'm going to be dealing 4 damage to the Kai'Sa. So Kai'Sa is going to be gone, and I'm not sure what exactly happened there where we didn't with the whatever the effect was that Mike used, the Kai'Sa player used on the right. I'm not sure what just happened there. Again, I don't know why I didn't lose any unit. Oh, I think they only dealt 3 damage or something along those lines, as you know, as a means to try to make it where I was going to lose both units in the interaction there. I think that was the idea. Okay, so now I think I'm just so I stood the Sona back as active. I'm going to pass, and then I'm actually going to move the Sona back for 2 Dawn with my leader effect. Okay, my Legends effect. I'm going to pay 2 and return her back. It looks like we're doing a lot of talking right now. So I'm going to pull them back now. Remember now, we set the Sona as active with the Last Breath. Okay, and now I'm attacking into this Void Gate over here, and they are almost completely tapped out. They're in a lot of trouble, right? The Kai'Sa player's in a lot of trouble here. We're looking around like, okay, what do we do? What are we going to do here? Like, oh gosh, this is not good. And if I conquer here, so remember, I got 1 point for conquering at the bar, and now this will give me a 2nd point conquering over here, and now I'm starting to catch up. I've wiped the board with a lot of movement tricks and combat tricks. All right, here we go. But you can't count Kai'Sa out, guys. Kai'Sa has a lot of ways to catch back up. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. And they have a lot of resources right now to work with. I think they have 8. I believe they have 8 resources to work with this turn. So they're probably going to be able to do a lot of stuff here to attack into my battlefield. Now, I was able to stand 4 runes as active at the end of my turn because Sona was at a battlefield. Right, so I have full resources to work with as well. I have 2 on guards, and I have a few other things as well. I think I have a, it looks like a rune prison and something else. I can't quite see my hand, and I also can't quite remember. Okay, so they go ahead and play, the Kai'Sa player plays, gosh, I can't remember the name of it, guys, but it is the 2-cost spell that says I have to either deal 6 to my unit that he targeted, or he gets to draw 2 cards. Okay, that's not good. We don't like that, guys. And again, bear with me as I learn all the names of all these different new cards I'm figuring out and learning. Okay, and they played out excuse me, I missed something there. They played out a Darius first. So now Darius, that was the first spell played for the turn, right? Or the first card played for the turn, and then the 2-cost spell was played for the turn, and I'm going to decide to say, hey, you know what? You're going to get to draw 2 cards because I cannot get rid of this Sona. I have tricks already lined up to protect them. All right, on guard. I'm going +2 because that's my only unit at that battlefield, right? I get +2 since it's the only unit. And then on guard, again, +2 more. I am now at 8 into 7. Let's see if there's anything they can do. Defy to drop me down to drop me down 1. So now it's 7 to 7. Okay, my Sona is at 7 might for the turn, and the Darius is at 7 might for the turn. We are going to pay 2, recycling a green rune, and we are going to stun the Darius, making it where they will not deal combat damage for the turn. And this is me explaining what's going on here because we were learning how stun works, and we were also talking about, like, okay, what happens if you stun a unit? It still has the same might. Excuse me. It still has the same might, but what if the defender in this case did not have enough to get out of it? Well, in that case, you know, the attacker would go home, right? If there's a tie, I believe. Something along those lines. I can't remember exactly. Guys, if you know how it works with stunning, okay, how do I say it? Let me pause and talk about this and elaborate for a second. If you're at a battlefield, okay, and let's just say you have a 5 might unit there and then a 3 might unit, okay, and let's say the 3 might unit stuns the 5 might unit. Well, the 5 might unit will not deal combat damage to the 3 might unit now. Who wins the battle there, right? That's a question I have. If anyone knows how to answer that, by all means, please say something in the comment section below. That was a question we were just talking about when the game was live. Okay, so that was a very strong turn for us. We kept both battlefields, so now we gained 2 for the turn. We're up to 4, but it's still a close game. It's only 4-3 right now. Okay, still got a lot of game left, guys. Still got a lot of game left here. Okay. So we're probably just yapping right now, guys, to be honest. I'm not sure I'm actually taking this long to think. We're just doing a little bit of yapping, but we probably are trying to figure out play lines and stuff like that too. I'm trying to decide, do I want to leave units at battlefields? That's very dangerous. We've already seen Darius and a lot of other stuff, so we have to be very careful. Okay, it looks like I'm about to finally play something here, and I do have 6 runes, so I can play out my 6-cost champion unit. However, that's going to cost a lot. Okay, so I play out Kayn, and this is going to make me recycle a purple rune. Okay, and now I have a 6-cost unit on the battlefield. Now, I'm choosing not to put Kayn onto another battlefield. I want to be able to use him next turn, possibly, right? So that's what's going on there. Okay, because I could have chosen to move or set them at a actual battlefield that I control, but I'd rather be able to do that next turn because I'll be able to do a lot of tricks potentially with my leader wherever they conquer, right? I could potentially move this this unit into a battlefield, and then I'll be able to gank afterwards if needed. Okay, here we go. They're going to start off, the Kai'Sa player is going to choose to start off with some type of effect there, guys. I don't know the name of all these cards. Y'all bear with me. It's going to deal enough damage to get rid of my Sona. That's unfortunate. And I think it even draws them a card, if I remember correctly. Oof, you hate to see it, right? You hate to see it. Unless you're the Kai'Sa player, or unless you're rooting for the Kai'Sa player. Then they played out a Darius as well before doing that, so now they attack in. They have wiped my field. I don't like that. Hey guys, we don't like that. So right here, now I will say this: the Kai'Sa player only has 1 resource available, so we might be able to capitalize on that. We have 7 runes for the turn. We're talking about something here. I think we might be talking about the rarity of the units, something along those lines. Okay, so right here, I'm going to go 6 into 5. I'm going in. Actually, it looks like I'm deciding if I want to move my right here. We're talking about, okay, what if I move my unit into a battlefield and then move it over with, move it in so it doesn't have to rest to attack, and then I can gank over to the other battlefield. That was what we were talking about there. We're still figuring out quite a bit. Okay, so they're going to land a Stupefy here to drop me down to 5. Guess what? Rune Prism number 2. We talked about this, guys. That card was absolutely brutal. That card, guys, Rune Prism in these situations here where you're matching the power of another unit, whew, man, that is hard to deal with. Okay, so we do capture there. We're up to 5. We're going to play a Misfortune right to an open battlefield because that is what Misfortune is allowed to do, okay? Misfortune is allowed to be played directly to a battlefield, okay? Really good stuff there. Now let's see what happens next. So now I'm going to pass the turn back. I only have 1 resource available. I'm down to 5 runes altogether. And let's see what we choose to do here. I'm just showing everybody my cards, I think, while we're talking. Okay, that's my trash. Excuse me. I was going to say, there's no way I have that many cards left. What's going on here? Am I cheating? No, that was my trash I was looking at. I have 1 card left in hand. I couldn't quite see what it was, too. I couldn't quite see what it was. Okay, so I'm up to 6. I'm up to 6 points here. Okay, now we have Kai'Sa playing out a Cathian Rain. That is going to just wipe my entire board here. It deals 2, something like 6 times, right? So 2 there, 3 there, an extra 2 here, and it's gone. That thing's gone. Everything's gone. That was brutal. Okay, that was absolutely brutal. There goes my board, and they're still going to be able to play out. Mike's still going to be able to play out a 2-cost Watchful Sentry. Okay, that's the unit with Death Knell. Draw a card. All right, here we go. I have to pay 6 here. It looks like I'm bringing in the character from my champions. Yep, I'm recycling 2 green Calm runes, and I'm playing out my 6-cost champion unit. This is basically a last-ditch effort, guys. We're in trouble. We are not doing good. We're not doing very well right here. Look at this, guys. I've got a drink in my hand. I got the cap to whatever drink that was, and I'm like, okay, here we go, man. Am I about to lose this game? Because this is scary. Because the Kaisa player has a lot more cards in their hand than I do. Okay, yikes. They just hit me with another one of those spells. It costs 2 and you recycle a rune. However, Daughter of the Void, Kaisa, gets right around that cost, right around the recycling cost. I chose, hey, you know what? You're going to be drawing some cards, buddy. Because this Yasuo is my last chance of winning. This is basically my last chance to win is this Yasuo right here. All right, here we go, guys. There, so Mike is going to go ahead and attack into the Void Gate battlefield, and that they're going to gain they're going to conquer. I had no actions there; they had no actions to follow up. And let's see what they do now. Okay, here we go. Pay 4, maybe. Pay 3. Yeah, pay 4. Paying 1 more to accelerate, recycling a rune, and here we go, smashing in there right into the bar battlefield, and now it's 6-6. Guys, what a game. I have to say, every game I've played so far in Riftbound, live like this, physically, has been like this, where it is just a slugfest, back and forth like this. It has just been incredible. I've been having a lot of fun with this game, guys, a lot of fun. Okay, so we're doing a little bit of yapping here. They play out the 3-cost 2-might unit that has tank, and when you play it, draw a card. All right, here we go. I'm setting everything as active. I forgot to channel before I drew. There we go. Now we're going to draw for the turn. Guys, I have a very, very small chance of winning the game here, basically. I have to find a way to do something this turn, and we're going to have a question about it when it happens, because we do have a question here. But don't worry, it's coming up. I have decided, okay, I'm down to 3 cards in hand, right? I only have 3 or 4 cards in hand right now. My opponent has like 8 cards in their hand. They have like 6, 7, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 cards in hand. I have no idea. But you know what? We're in trouble. So what we're going to do here is we are going to pay 2. I think what I'm trying to figure out here is if I can move the Yasuo to a battlefield, will it count as attacking for his effect? And if anyone knows the answer to that, pause. Let me explain my question here. I want to pay 2 and use my legend effect to move Yasuo, my 6-cost Yasuo, into the bar, which is the bottom battlefield here. Will that then activate the effect that says when this unit attacks, deal damage equal to its might to a unit at the battlefield? Will I be able to use the effect of the legend to move my 6-cost into here, which means it's not rested yet, and that's very relevant that it's not rested. I need it to not be rested. That's the entire idea there, guys. Watch this. Very crazy ending here if this works out the way I think it does, and again, help me out if it does not. So I paid 2, moved that in. We dealt the 6 damage to the Kaisa. We're going to pay 2, and we're going to rest the Yasuo to draw 2 cards. Okay? Draw 2. We got exactly what we needed here, guys. Watch this. Okay, so that happens there. Excuse me. This is not the last turn. Sorry, guys. Spoiler warning. This is not the last turn. So right here, we do a little bit of talking, and we're talking about everything that I just said. Like, okay, I wonder if we could do that, if that was the right way to do it or not. I have no idea. It doesn't change a whole lot because no matter what, I was definitely attacking into this battlefield this turn because otherwise they would win next turn. Now, watch this, guys. Once I end up passing the turn back, which I think is what I do, we have to somehow, because think about it, they're going to capture, right? They're going to capture with the Watchful Sentry that's on the Void Gate, and that's going to put them at 7 as well. And that's where things are going to get really scary. If I hold on this battlefield with Yasuo, I win the game. However, so right here we're reading some things. We're trying to figure out how things work. Again, guys, we had a lot of questions. We were trying to learn on the fly, so please be patient as we try to figure it all out. What a fun game this is, though, guys. Riftbound, so much better than I thought it was going to be, and I thought it was going to be pretty decent. So here we go. So we're talking here. We're trying to figure out what's going on. I'm going to fast forward a little bit just so we don't get too bored over this part right here, because I'm just going to pass the turn back here. They're saying their cards is active, and here we go. So they score a point for the turn. It is now 7-7. I have 4 cards in my hand, and I have 3 resources, 3 runes as active. Okay, they're going to hit me with a smoke screen. So now my Yasuo is a 2-might unit. This is brutal. This is not good. We don't like this. And now they're going to go ahead and hit me for 4, and it's going to draw a card. Guys, I have a Discipline in my hand, but that will only bring me back up to a 4. I can't save my Yasuo. I'm reading it like, dang it, man. Can you use this card even outside of a battle? Yes, you can, right? At least if I read it correctly, I believe you can. So here we go. I'm starting to think, how are we going to do this? Can I conquer 2 times in 1 turn? That's like my only chance, guys. It's like my only chance here. So let's see what happens. Okay, and it looks like Mike's going to go ahead and play out 2 characters at his base. Basically saying, you have to get rid of my 1 character here, right? Saying you have to find a way to get rid of my 1 character or I win the game. Now, Yasuo has a lot of movement tricks, right? Yasuo has a ton of movement. Watch this, though. All right, guys, we got a tricky game, or we got a tricky play here. Watch this. We are going to pay 2, playing out a Traveling Merchant. We're going to pay 2, move him to a battlefield. Again, if anything is wrong here, guys, and we couldn't do it, I need to know. Please tell me. So we are going to swing in there. We're going to trash a card for the effect, draw a card, and now we're going to draw a card from Conquering because I'm at 7 points. Now, we are going to pay 1. We are going to charm the Watchful Sentry, move an enemy unit. We are going to move that back home, and I am going to pay 4. You ready for this? To play a Misfortune at an open battlefield. And is it possible to win in this way? Is it possible to win in this way, guys? Let me pause. Right now the game's over if it's correct. I was able at 7 victory points, I was able to move the Watchful Sentry into that into the first battlefield down at the bottom there with my leader effect. So that was 4 resources. I had 9 altogether. So I moved that in. When I moved, I discarded a card to draw a card with the effect of the merchant, and that could not get me a victory point because you can't conquer like that to win. Okay, so I got to draw a card instead. I then paid 1 green and recycled a green rune to charm a unit, okay? To charm a unit back to my opponent's base. And then I played out Misfortune to an open battlefield, so I conquered both in 1 turn. Is that correct, guys? Help me out if we're off on that. Again, we were trying to learn. Good game to Mike, of course. We have another game coming up in my next video, guys. A rematch of this exact same matchup here, exact same cards. Now, I will try to, copy or try to find a way to paste the deck list in the comments section of this video. Unfortunately, I don't have like a picture of it or anything like that, but I will put the deck list for both decks in the comments section of this video. Okay, so that's the conclusion of this game, guys. That's how it ended, where I was able to move a bunch of stuff around using my leader, my legend. Again, one more time, guys. We paid 2 to play out the Traveling Merchant. Then we paid 2 more. He came to play Rested. So we paid 2 more to move the Traveling Merchant into a completely open battlefield. Okay? That, while I was at 7 points, so I don't get to do anything there. Right, guys? Let me get back to the beginning of this turn real quick. Let me get back all the way to the beginning of this turn. So I'm at 7 right now, right? I pay 2 to play out this Traveling Merchant. I then pay 2 to move the Traveling Merchant to this bar. That is going to move there. I can't get an 8th victory point by conquering a single battlefield, right? So what happens is I draw a card from that. Well, excuse me. First, I had to trash a card from the movement and then draw a card from the effect. Then I conquer there, and then I'm able to draw a card like that. Okay? Now, I pay 1, and I drew this from that cycle, by the way. I use the charm to push his sentry off of his base, and then I pay 4 to play the Misfortune to an open battlefield. Okay, so again, guys, if that's how it works, please say so in the comment section below. If I'm missing something, you know, we weren't trying to cheat or anything like that. I wasn't trying to cheat. You know, this is like my best friend I'm playing against, guys. Of course, I wasn't trying to cheat them. I was just trying to figure out what was going on here. So now at this point, we're just kind of yapping. We're just kind of talking and seeing what's going on. What an incredible back and forth game. And guys, we got another one coming up after this. Let me pause. This is the hand they had a Stupefy. And the 3 cost 2 might tank unit. So nothing to really interact at the end here. They didn't have any way to get rid of this unit. Either way, great game. Wow, man, I'm really loving green purple Yasuo. Expect to see a deck tech on this legend from me in the near future. Okay, but like I said, so this was today's video. Next time I put out a video on this channel, it will be a rematch. Okay. Green Purple Yasuo versus Red Blue Kaisa. All right, I'm done, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I plan on putting out a lot more of these. And don't worry, guys. I know the quality is going to be rough. It's going to be low at first as I'm learning the game. We're all learning the game together, okay? So as I have tons and tons of rule questions and I have tons of character or champion or unit questions and spell questions and this, that, and the other and sequencing, y'all bear with me because as I learn over time, it'll become more and more, it should become more and more fluid, more and more fluent. Fluid. Yeah, fluid. I don't know. Y'all tell me. All right, I'm done. Hope y'all enjoyed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, guys, peace.